All right, welcome to Vintage Classic Solutions. I'm your host, EJ Parker. We are live in the store, my vintage and antique store. This morning it's early. It's 6:50. It's still dark out. I am just packing and shipping some items that have sold to my wonderful customers from my eBay store. There's a ton of snow outside. There's a ton of snow. That's gonna make today interesting. I hope you're all doing well. My name is EJ Parker. I'm your host here at Vintage Classic Solutions, where I am shipping some items to my wonderful customers. All right. This is our motivational morning, where we harness our creativity and our goals and our passions, and we make them happen. Trust me, I'm a professional antique and vintage dealer. If you like this kind of stuff, antique, vintage, positivity, creativity, this is a safe place for everyone, no matter what your socioeconomic background, sexual orientation, religion, doesn't matter. We're all safe here and welcome here. We're gonna harness our creativity to make our goals a reality. I've done it before, and I'm gonna do it again. If you like that kind of stuff, follow me, subscribe to my channel. We do a lot of this kind of thing where we brainstorm on how to achieve our goals. You can do it. Trust me, if I can do it, you can do it. Who am I? My name is EJ Parker. I'm a professional vintage and antique dealer. We are live in my store. There's a Nirvana shirt behind me that's "Come As You Are." I think Kurt Cobain had the right idea with that. "Come As You Are," right? That's a real shirt from 1992. There's a super collectible now because famous people started wearing the Nirvana shirts, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago. People like Justin Bieber and like hip hop artists. So the value just went through the roof. On top of being a Nirvana shirt, a vintage one, they're also like a fashion accessory now. All right, so I'm just putting labels on boxes for my customers. There is so much snow outside. I want to show you guys later. It's still dark out, but it's ridiculous the amount of snow. How's everybody doing out there? Good morning, everybody. All right. Good to see you all. We are live from Northeast Ohio. I'm your host, EJ Parker. This is Vintage Classic Solutions. The Wi-Fi is cooperating today, so that's good. I am now going to pack some more stuff. Let me show you what sold overnight. So this just sold overnight. This is a primitive ladle. It's got a brass cup, a wrought iron handle, and that is going out in a few hours. I gotta find a box for it. Got a pile of boxes over here that I dig through to find just the right box for my item. All right, I'm your host, EJ Parker. We are live here at Vintage Classic Solutions, motivational morning. So we talked about before, this past week, we talked about, how we shouldn't judge others. We should make it a mental exercise going about our daily life, not to judge others. And it's not easy, you know what I mean? I'm working on it myself. I am not fit to judge anyone. I just take people at face value, right? If they're nice to me, and they mean well, that's great. If they're trying to harm me, then I just avoid that person, I guess, right? But what have we learned this week? We've learned that though people might not be judging us, that we might not be trying to judge others, others will be judging us. It's just a fact of life. I know that firsthand. I was wearing my bummy clothes on YouTube. I had the holes in my jeans. My hair's all messed up. Old sweater. And then people wouldn't take me serious, or the trolls will come out and play. Once I dressed up, all the trolls magically went away. What does that tell us? That tells us that people judge us based upon the way we look, our clothing. I'm not saying change who you are. No, I'm saying you be you. But in order to amplify your message, you might have to dress up a little bit. I mean, I'm not saying that's the right thing, but people judge us. Even though we're trying not to judge others, people will judge us. So we're walking upstream, right? We gotta walk upstream. But the good news is that walking upstream builds strength, mental and physical. And that's what you want, right? This box is too big. I want to get a smaller one. I don't want to waste the packing material. All right, I'm just gonna find the perfect box that exists. All right. Okay, I hope everyone's doing great. We got a ton of snow outside. That will make today interesting. All right, I'm gonna do this. Put this one in here, I think. Okay. Because now with the whole idea is to make our dreams and goals a reality, and you can do that. Selling antique and vintage items is one of my dreams, and it's become a reality. So I'm setting the bar higher. You know what I mean? My YouTube channel is a part of that. I'm on a goal to get 1,000 subscribers by Christmas. I'll probably get that goal in a couple days. And thank you all for helping me. Please subscribe if you like this kind of material. My name is EJ Parker. I'm your host here at Vintage Classic Solutions. We are live in my antique and vintage store right now in Northeast Ohio. It's freezing outside. There's a lot of snow. It's still dark out, but I'm happy you're here with me. All right. So you have to take action to make your goal a reality and your dream, because no one else will do it for you. No one else will make your dream a reality for you but you. So it's imperative that you do this as soon as possible. You take action as soon as possible. All right. Yeah, positivity in the chat. I love it. Let's see. So I sold this, again, this primitive ladle. I'm just looking to put it in a box so I can ship it safely to my great customer. It's just trying to find the right box. I don't want to waste too much packing material. Let me see. I was showing various collections live yesterday. We did some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That was a fun look through of a large collection. Today we'll do something similar, but I gotta just figure out what I want to go through on YouTube Live as far as what collections I want to share. I try to do as much research beforehand. Lately I've just been so busy. All right, I'm still here. Thanks for sticking around. My name is EJ Parker. I'm your host here at Vintage Classic Solutions. You are live in my antique store right now, where I am just packing some items that have sold overnight that I need to ship out. I hope you're all doing great. We're talking about how to achieve our goals. So we might have to dress a little different, like dress for success. People always say dress for the job you want, and I believe in that. Not to be superficial, but just the way the world works. People have eyes, they're quick to judge, and they do that to us. I'm also a professional musician, so I've toured the world. On my first goal and dream, I toured the world. I lived in Asia for 11 years. I met famous pop stars and worked with them. But this is what I learned being a professional musician, and I've shared this before. But it goes along with our point. So if you're about to perform in front of 10,000 people, or 50,000 people, or 10 people, they already judge you before you play one note, because they're looking at how you look, how you dress. Do you look like a bum? Do you look smart? Do you look like you're worth the fee they paid to get in to see? So that's the truth. People will judge the band before they play one note. So once I learned that as a young man, I always dressed the part. I spent a lot of money living in China on my clothing because I wanted to look good. Because I knew that people would judge me without knowing me. They would judge me based upon my appearance before they talked to me, before they got to know the essence of my character and my soul. Okay, so now we know this. We need to use this to our advantage to leverage our amplification of our dreams and our goals. So, I'm here to advocate for you. I'm telling you right now that you can achieve your goal. You can do it. No, the only person that can stop you is you. My goal as a young child was to become a professional musician and tour the world, and I did it. Now that I'm 45, I'm like, well, what's next? So I'm proof that you can do whatever you see in your mind's eye, but you have to take action. And this is the next step. This is the next point. You have to take action as soon as possible. You can't wait. Sloth is one of the 7 deadly sins. You can't wait. No one's going to give this to you. If it's your goal and your dream and your passion, then you must take action now. It's imperative. After watching this live stream, go exercise, move your body, shadow box. I don't care. Run around. Go for a walk. Listen to some music you love. You need to get yourself in the right mindset, and you need to use everything in your power to leverage your emotions and your creativity and your energy. I use music a lot. To me, music is my drug. It makes me focus. It can make me meditate. It can help me clarify my thoughts. So I use music as a drug to bring me into an altered state to where I can see more clearly in my imagination. And then the clearer I see in my imagination, the clearer steps I can take to making that imagination goal a reality. And that really works, but you have to take action, and you have to do it now. It's all small incremental steps. It's all deliberate incremental steps to reach your goal, but I promise you, you can do it. And you could probably do it within 5 years or less if you start right now. Because you're worth it. I've read quotes like, for example, you are worth more than every diamond in the universe. You really are. And you should be proud of that. And you should also have a fire in you that once it's ignited, ejects steam and smoke from your eyes, ears, and nose. That's your drive and motivation. The stronger your drive gets, the hotter that fire will get until you have lasers coming out of your eyes. Those lasers are your vision, your creative vision. That's what you need to follow. That's not easy. Now me, for example, EJ Parker, and thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you like this kind of content. We are live in my vintage and antique store. So as a young person, as a child, people around me were dissuading me from following my dreams. They said, EJ, you cannot perform music professionally for a living. You should go ahead and get a day job. Music's just a hobby. But I did not listen to those people. I tuned them out and laser focused on my goal. I practice every day. I practice in my bedroom, my bass. I play bass guitar and the upright bass. It's like a large cello. I practiced till I wore a hole in the carpet. I stood in the same spot and I wore a hole in the carpet. I would practice till my parents said, go to bed. I'd practice all night, if I could. I practiced for years. And then my goal became a reality. I moved to China. I toured with famous pop stars. And I really got to see the world. Now I want to do it again as a 45-year-old, not a 25-year-old. And it's not about money, because I moved to China with $600 in my pocket, with no lifeline. And I got to work. I went out and I networked. I met people. I was respectful and courteous, but I was also myself. And the ball began to roll. I started meeting people that were like-minded, that appreciated the same things as I did. I was living in a large city. So this is a point we talked about earlier this week. You might need to geographically isolate yourself. You might need to alienate yourself from those around you who are dissuading you from reaching your goals. People say, well, that's pretty intense concept, EJ, but so what? I moved to a different country to free myself from the things that were holding me back. I had close friends that were using drugs that were, and not I'm not talking about like weed or beer, like heroin and cocaine, and these things were coming in around me, and I needed to get away from those things. And my dream and goal is what elevated me away. My music and passion projected me around the world. It elevated me out of that spot. My phone rang and someone said, hey, EJ, do you want to go to China for 3 months? I said, yes. It was a 3-month tour, and those 3 months became 11 years. I just stayed, and I loved it. And I learned about myself, and I learned about the world, and I learned about government systems, how they really work. Not like how the textbook says or how your college professor says, but how they really work in real life application. What's the good and what's the bad, right? So, and my dream and goals are different from yours. You have your own goal, and it's going to look and sound different, but that's the way it should be. I'm here to help you reach those goals. I'm here to tell you, yes, you can do it, because I'm living proof. Who am I? My name is EJ Parker. I'm your host here at Vintage Classic Solutions. Thanks for checking in. We are in my dream ship. This is my vintage and antique store right now. We are in Northeast Ohio. It's freezing outside. There's about that much snow on the ground. I had to shovel the snow to get into my shop this morning. I hope you're all toasty warm. All right, so I'm shipping this primitive metal, brass and wrought iron ladle to my customer today. I hope you're all doing well. Let's see. Laminar Flow. All right. Laminar Flow. I love it. Laminar Flow is my awesome mod. We are building a great team of mods, and I plan to use my mods in an unconventional way. How? Wait and see. We have big plans for this channel. We're about to hit 1,000 subscribers, which means YouTube will release a certain gate, which will allow much more viewers into our channel. So right now, I do enjoy this more quaint, small group feel. It's great getting to know you. We will continue to do this and build a community. I like to incorporate travel too eventually, and I'm even into going out and around the world and flying and meeting my wonderful mods, and seeing what happens with that. So there's a lot going on in store. I spent a lot of time thinking about my YouTube channel, and those thoughts will come to fruition. I promise you. So I'd like to thank you for all my mods. Thank you for everyone joining me. My name is EJ Parker. We are live here in my shop. I gotta wrap this thing up and ship it to my customer. All right. So what do we do? So I'm trying to provide solutions. I'm Vintage Classic Solutions. So what do we do when people judge us, right? Because we know people are going to judge us based upon the color of our skin, or if we got a tattoo, or if we wear pants with holes in it, or if we got an earring or nose ring. People will judge us. Okay, so we know that. Use that to your advantage. We know others around us are probably going to judge us. Okay, well, what do? I'm a firm believer in actions speak louder than words, right? To me, that means lead by example. Rome wasn't built in a day, and I get it. You're not going to, and I'm not saying, I don't virtue signal. Everyone's got free will, but I'd rather just do something I believe in than just talk about it, because talk is cheap, right? Especially if you want to travel the world. If one of your dreams is traveling, you really want to have an open mind to absorb the most from your travels and experience. How do you have an open mind? I think just, try not to judge. I am impulsive almost to a fault, but it's gotten me around the world and back again. I trust your gut. That's important. I think that's a great tool for us. Trust your gut along your journey in your goal to find your dream. Because only you can unlock that dream, and you can do it. But you must start right now. You cannot wait, because no one's promised tomorrow. It's naive of us to think, oh, you know what, I'll do it later when I'm older. I hear a lot of folks, especially younger ones, say, oh, you know, after I retire, EJ, I really want to travel the world. Okay, so when you're 68, you want to travel the world. Now, how do you know you're going to even be alive at 68? My brother died when he was 40. So you need to act now. It's imperative. Because time is of the essence. You have no time to waste. Your time is extremely precious, and I thank you for sharing that with me right now. If you like motivational ideas to help augment and amplify your creative goals and your dreams, which you can achieve, please subscribe. I'm here to help you. My name is EJ Parker. This is Vintage Classic Solutions, motivational morning. In my antique shop, I'm packing an antique primitive ladle as we speak. All right. This is feeling pretty secure. I'm going to add maybe just a piece at the end, and I'm done with that. Oh yeah, and so let me give you some words of solace. So when you start out on your goal to make your dream and you create a vision a reality, what you can do, be prepared to make mistakes. This is where a lot of folks kind of mess up, because check this out. You are supposed to make mistakes. That's how you learn. You're supposed to screw up. But that's how you learn. You refine your process, right? Every day is a refinement. I make mistakes. When I first started selling antique and vintage, I made mistakes. You know, shipping mistakes, using the wrong company, you know, but you learn. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, because you are supposed to make mistakes. Be honest about it, because that's going to bring about the true knowledge that you're looking for to help you achieve your goal. Because it's always the first step is the hardest, right? Even my YouTube channel, for example, I kicked the can around about starting a YouTube channel, and now that I'm 45, I finally feel like I have enough to say and enough clarity to share it with you all. And I hope you agree. And if you do, please subscribe. My name is EJ Parker. I'm your host. Here live from my vintage and antique store. But no, you're supposed to make mistakes. That's part of the process. The struggle is what makes it real. I'll say it again. The struggle to your goal is what makes it real. I think a lot of pitfalls that young artists have, the ones that find fame quite early in life, like maybe the teens or 20s, they might not have the clarity, or the struggle wasn't there. Maybe they were propelled to this circumstance, to their position by corporate thrust or whatever. I just think everyone, gets to their goal in their own pace. It doesn't matter how old you are. The last thing you want to do, I'm not ageist. I don't judge folks based on age. I can learn from my elders and from the people below me. I'm middle-aged, so I have this group above me, elderly people that I can learn from, and the group below me that I can learn from. And I try to remember that, right? And I do learn from them by keeping an open mind. I learn from you all by watching, by reading my chats. That's the whole point. You guys correct my, I make mistakes. Laminar Flow is great with helping me with certain objective facts on my channel, because I'm trying to rattle them off from memory, So he's helping me. Laminar Flow is helping me by augmenting my creative output. You can do the same. You might not like antique and vintage, and that's okay. You might not like music, to be a pro musician, and that's okay. But you get to find your goal, or your dream, or passion. And if you haven't found it yet, you got to expose yourself to a lot of things. You might even need to, remove yourself from your comfort zone. A lot of folks say that, and I do advocate for that. Removing yourself from your comfort zone will expose you to things, and those things you can decide if either you like them a lot or you hate them. And that's okay. Throughout your life, you're allowed to change your mind. I believe Einstein said something along the lines of like adaptation is a form of intelligence. Like being able to adapt is a good thing, and I agree with that. All right, so this is getting near completion. This is a antique ladle that I sold in my antique store overnight. That will go out in the mail today. All right, this is almost done. Making sure there's no loose ends because you can get snagged in the mail. I just made this box myself right before your eyes. My name's EJ Parker, Real Live. Later today, we'll probably be going through some more collections live. I need to just go through those and figure out what I want to go through and show and tell. We are on a mission to get 1,000 subscribers. We'll probably do that in a couple days. I genuinely thank you from the bottom of my heart for helping me achieve that goal. It means a lot to me, and I want to make this a symbiotic relationship where we can help each other, right? Help each other achieve goals, find solutions to life's problems, be empathetic and creative and non-judgmental. That's what I'm trying to do. It's a work in progress. I don't know. All right, so this is done. Let me check the chat. We got best movie clips. All right, best movie clips. My wonderful mod in the house. Thanks for helping me out. All right, that's done. So what goals have I achieved this week? I'll share with you. I'm closing in on my 1,000 subscribers, and thank you so much. And please subscribe if you haven't yet so far. I'll reach that in a couple days. Other things, as far as I've leveled up. Check this out. So I work out every morning. I had a 20-pound dumbbell. All I use is one dumbbell, right? But now I leveled up to a 30-pound dumbbell, 35-pound dumbbell, and I'm already feeling the results every morning. If you want to build lats, I just do this. I'll just sit here in my suit and work out until I go live on YouTube. I do this all day. And what's happening is my body's now in better shape than it ever was in my life. I'm 45, but I'm in better shape now than I was when I was 25. It's coming together. My mind is following my body, right? I listen to a lot of Bruce Lee and his quotes because I want to emulate him, and so can you if you wish to. But I'm using him as almost a model, a physical model. I want to copy his physique. So I see that in my mind's eye, and now I'm getting quite close. And I don't go to the gym. I just have one dumbbell. Well, actually two if you count me. But I just do this all day. I listen to music. I think about how I'm going to approach my next situation or, my next challenge, and I exercise. And all you need is one dumbbell. You don't need a whole gym set. You don't need an expensive membership. You just need one of these, right? And you'll level up. You'll realize that once you get to a certain point, your old weight is no longer giving you enough resistance to build muscle, and then you'll level up. And then you'll feel good, and you'll see results even faster. So that's one of my goals, or one of my achievements this week was leveling up in my weightlifting. So that's cool. I'm trying to think what else I want to share with you. But we are live. My name is EJ Parker. There's a ton of snow outside. I would show you all right now, but the Wi-Fi is kind of on a thin gray line, and I don't want to lose the Wi-Fi connection right now. But I will show you it later. I mean, there's just crazy amounts of snow. I'm not sure how I'm going to get to the post office today. But we have snow plows. Here in Northeast Ohio, I live about a mile from Lake Erie, which is a huge Great Lake, like a small ocean. It's fresh water, but under the lake are these gigantic salt mines. They go on for miles. They're like caves. And there's people under there right now, as we speak, working to get salt out. And what happens is they compile it and they put it into plow trucks, and the snow plows drive around the streets and they spread the ice. They have a little like a wheel on the back that throws the salt out. So that melts the snow. It also makes your car rust faster, but you gotta give it a little bit of time to melt the ice. So they're probably out there doing it now, salting the roads. And once they salt the roads, then you can pretty much get around and do what you gotta do. Let me check the chat. All right, so let me think. I'm going to end this chat, this live stream, and work on my next project for YouTube. I jump on live sporadically, so if you see, just go ahead and subscribe. If you hear the bell, just check out my channel. You might like the subject matter. We have lots of collections of vintage, antique, ancient, medieval, antique, prehistoric, everything, as well as art and music. So if you like that kind of stuff, please subscribe. My name is EJ Parker. I'm your host, and we'll talk to you soon. But remember, it's always darkest before the dawn. Mother Nature is giving us a clue, so just hold on.